Today on Monday Mods, we're going to install, yes. Today on Monday Mods, we're going to replace the door speakers and rear speakers in my 03 Honda Accord. Okay, so first, there's a screw behind this little panel behind the door handle. And then there's also one underneath the little pad inside the door panel right here. So first I'm going to take a pick, and there's a little tab right here. We can unlock that and then pull back, and you might need more than one tool to get this out of there. Next, we're going to take out these two screws using a number 2 Phillips. Then we're going to go ahead, and it's very easy to remove this. Just get a little screwdriver, get up underneath it, pull that up. Save that for later. As you can see, we have one more number 2 Phillips screw. Now, using a combination of a flathead screwdriver and panel poppers, we're going to pop the door panel loose. And be careful, because the latch assembly and the lock are still going to be connected. I'll show you how. Okay. Next, we're going to remove this trim panel. It just pops out of there. You can see there's a retainer there and there. And that'll allow us to slide the door up. Alright, so in this step, this is the back side of the release handle. Essentially, this little white clip right here, you're just gonna rotate this. So you're gonna unclip it from this metal piece and rotate it, and then you can pick up on the end of the cable. Rotate that out of the way, and then pull up on this. And then we're gonna also pull this out, so that's no longer attached to the door panel. Okay, and then we have 2 more things to disconnect. The first is the power window switch. There's a little tab right here. Squeeze and pull. Okay, and then we have a light right here. Twist to unlock it, pull it out, and we're gonna pop this out as well. Okay, now you can see that we actually had a pop rivet that stayed in there. We can get that out and put it back in the door panel if it doesn't break on us. Okay, so we put that back on the panel. Okay, on this part, to remove the speaker, it's actually clipped in place. There are no screws. You'll take a flathead screwdriver, and the top part, you'll have to insert it and push it down to release the latch. There we go. Okay, so you'll pull out just a little bit and then slide it up. So now just unplug the speaker. 2 tabs on the sides. So I'm going to squeeze the tabs and pry it out a little bit with a screwdriver. There we go. This is all part of the speaker. You can't reuse any of this. So I've actually got an adapter that I bought online. I'll put the links in the description for that, and also the adapter harness for this plug, so that we don't have to cut and solder any of this stuff. So this is one of the adapter plates I ordered. It comes with a little bit of hardware to install it. It's actually kind of a like a composite material. It's surprisingly easy to drill and easy to crack if you like over tighten it, so just be careful of that. But this is the best solution that I found. All the other ones were chintzy pieces of plastic that were super flimsy, and I wasn't happy with that. I didn't want anything like that. So I went with this. I did pay around $35 for the pair of these, but I think that in the end it's going to be worth it. Okay, as you can see here, I went with JBL GX628s for the front. There is a nice looking speaker grill that comes with this. However, I won't be able to use it because of the factory door panel. The speaker grill doesn't remove, and because the way that this bolts to the door, I wouldn't actually be able to have that cover on the factory panel. If I just drilled it to it, it wouldn't look right on the speaker. So I'm going to take this little foam ring right here and peel this protective film off, and then we're going to stick it on the back side with the 2 notches so that it'll help seal up against the door. Okay, so this little foam tape strip came in a roll with the speakers. Actually, I'm going to take it and line the back of this to help seal up. What I've actually got here is a speaker harness adapter to use aftermarket speakers with the factory Honda wire harness. You just plug and play this thing. It's even got large and small connectors so you can't mix them up. Very simple. I'll also leave the link to that in the description. Very nice and snug fit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna try to wire this and zip tie it back so that, because the window is right here, so we got to try to avoid that. Keep the harness from hitting that, and that's part of the reason that there is an adapter plate designed like this, is to actually place the speaker away from the window so that when you lower the window it doesn't hit the magnet on the speaker. On this adapter plate there are 3 sets of holes depending on the speaker that you're using. In this instance we're going to actually use the hole farthest to the right. They're actually kind of hard to get plugged on there, like without breaking it. So knock them for that, I suppose. Well, at least it will never come off.
I'd rather it be tight than loose.
That's what she said.
Why would she say that?
I mean,
she probably
she
wants
has needs too, bro. There we go. Got that on there. Very good. Okay, what I was talking about earlier is if this is plugged in, because now we've added a few inches to this harness, you can see that that cable can just hit that window. So we need to probably tie it down out of the way as much as possible. I will probably zip tie it to that harness down there going to the left. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start my zip tie around this cable here. Okay, so I've got the connector kind of towards the left, and then so I've already got the bolts in the adapter, and you can just see how it lines up with the holes that are already there. And then we're going to use the nuts and washers on the back. Allegedly. Okay, good.
That probably won't come off.
Probably. Okay, so now we're gonna feed our wire down in there and plug it in.
Okay, got it nice and secure.
Snap.
This portion of the speaker was hitting this part of the door, so I'm actually just going to clock the speaker about 90 degrees counterclockwise, and that's also going to help take up some of the slack in our wire as well. Turn that, line up the bowl holes, make sure it's not hitting anything. Make sure they're all where they're supposed to be. Reconnect the light. Just reconnect the wire harness to the power window switch and door lock. And then we need to reconnect our cable for the door latch. So first I'm going to insert the end of the cable into the hole and lock it down. Okay, and then I'm going to reconnect this right here. Just push it in. Then line up the top of the door panel. Push down. So we have one screw that goes down here. And we have two that go right here. Okay.
That thing's so scratched. That almost looks worse than my bumper when you were done with it.
Now we're on to the rear. Okay, so the factory rear speaker covers, they just pop up. Just be careful, they're kind of old. They might be a little bit brittle. Now we're going to remove the 4 screws holding in the factory speaker. Another speaker adapter. Like I said, these are kind of tight. So support the bottom of this piece with your finger or something while you're putting those on there so you don't bend it too much and break it off there. This down in there, and that was the leather, not me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and start all 4 of our screws. Actually, I lied. We're only gonna do 2 of them because the aftermarket JBLs that we've got, the bolt holes don't quite align with the factory bolt holes. 2 of them do, diagonal from each other, and then we're going to install a self-tapping screw in the remaining 2 holes. Okay, and then just plug in the connector. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. And then, with all 4 retaining pins on the speaker grill, reinstall it. For later. And as you can see, we have one more number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Damn it! Let me just do it again.
You do your boo-boo.
He wasn't going yet. Okay, so first disconnect the battery.
Are you actually gonna do that?
No.
Okay.
It's a little bit stubborn. I just scratched the shit out of it. I think we need to like change camera angles or something.
Move the sun? No, not really.
The screws that I'm using are these right here. Again, they came with the adapter plate. There's a total quantity of 8. We're going to use 4 on this door. Obviously.
What?
We can just cut that part off.
You didn't even use them for the other door.
I know. They don't know that. I didn't know that it came with it. So they don't know that I haven't done the other door yet.
As you just tell them that.
Right, but I can get in there. Anyway, but... Okay, so we're gonna hold the nut in the back and then tighten the screw. Maybe.
Do you have the wrench going the right, or ratchet going the right way?
Oh, the nut came off. I was stupid.